Thank you, Grimace. I was born at the wee age of 0, and when I was born, I had a myriad of health problems. I was born in Imperial County, and if there's anything you know about the wonderful Imperial Valley, is that the air quality isn't that great. And a lot of people, if they've never been here before, whenever they visit or if they move to the valley, suddenly develop asthma or like some sort of allergy problem. Everybody born here has asthma or problems with allergies. It could be because it's in the middle of a desert, but it could also be because of the amount of agriculture and all the pesticides that are put into the air. Anyways, it is not the best place with the best air quality, and because of that, people often get asthma or have allergies or other problems. And I was one of those people who has asthma and allergy problems. Now, a lot of people, for growing up in the valley, they sometimes outgrow their asthma, they outgrow their allergies, or as they get older, it becomes not as bad. And thankfully, I'm one of those people. I'm 25 now, and my asthma and allergies are nowhere near as bad as they used to be. I used to be really, really bad. My parents told me that when I was born, I was kind of in and out of the hospital frequently. Just that and other things, but I wasn't born with the best health. I was fine as a child. I wasn't severely impaired as a child. I was fine, but I had bad allergies and asthma, and I guess that's pretty much it for the most part. That is the major thing of my health problems. But growing up, I was the youngest of 3, and in my family, pretty much as a whole, not just my immediate family, but my cousins and other relatives, I am like the smallest relative. I'm pretty sure I'm the smallest if I think of everybody right now. At least on my dad's side. I know like even the youngest there is bigger than me. I'm 5'5" and I weigh 140. I'm not like I'm not puny, but like I'm just smaller than everyone in my family, you know. Even if someone is like a similar height to me, I think I'm the shortest. Everyone, yeah. I'm a small person in my family. Everybody is bigger than me. Which is fine. That's not an issue. But it's funny that I am the smallest in my family, and I'm also the least athletic. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not just trying to put myself down. Oh, ooh, pity me, pity party. I'm straight up the least athletic in my family. Everybody knows it. It was pretty clear from a young age. I tried doing sports when I was younger, and your parents put you in sports sometimes too, whether you want to or not. But I really liked baseball growing up, so I played t-ball and baseball in the community leagues, whatnot. But I was never good, dude. I mean, I was that kid they put on the outfield and like is playing with the butterflies and is distracted and they hit a ball his way and he's like, oh, what's going on? I wasn't really good. I was in it for the snacks, my guy. I wanted the Capri Sun after the game, the gummies, whatever it was they gave you, the Gatorades. That's what I was there for. Well, not really, but I just was really bad at sports and athletic stuff. I've tried other things, mostly baseball. Baseball was kind of my thing. I really liked it. But the last time I played like in a league or anything was in 8th grade. And it wasn't even baseball. For whatever reason, they only had boys softball, which is fine. It's the same thing. But that was the last time I played in like a school or community league. So 8th grade. And I guess that's kind of it. In high school, I played a lot of basketball with my friends. I was never good at that either, but it was just fun. And I think a lot of us were okay with that, with it just being fun. And some of us were a lot better than others, but we all just did it for the love of the game. And that was really cool. I was a band kid, man. I don't know what to tell you. That's what I like. I like music. I like to play the instruments. So basketball peeps, you know who you are. Shout out to you. Reyes family, love you guys. Shout out to you. Anyways, what was I saying? I grew up not very athletic. I played t-ball, guys. I would miss the ball on the tee. Like, swing. I missed the ball on the tee playing t-ball. I was that bad. Even in my family, there are people who also struggle with allergies and asthma. It's just, I've always been the least coordinated and the least athletic, man. I don't know how else to put it, how else to tell you. I'm not good at catching things. I'm not good at throwing things. I'm not as good. And, I was never that much of an athletic person. I got the music gene, I guess. Funny short story. I went to a church outing one time with my cousins. They came with me, and they are both taller and bigger than I. And one of my friends was looking at the three of us, me and my two cousins, and he sees them, he sees me. What happened to you? And I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. And he looks at my other cousins. He says, wait, can you guys play music? And they're like, no. And he says, okay, that makes sense. I got the music gene. Whatever. It is what it is. So I was never the athletic sports kind. I like video games, though. And I was very grateful for my parents for always working, for grinding to provide for me. And I didn't have a lot of video game stuff growing up. Well, I guess I did, but like my family wasn't like super well off, but my parents did what they could to provide, and I guess I was a good kid growing up. So, I had a good collection of consoles or video games, and I'm really grateful for that. That's impacted me a lot. I've always been the video games guy, the cartoons guy. I watched TV all day growing up. That was my thing. If you could sit me in front of a screen, I'm there all day. Playing N64, Xbox 360. I was the video game person. And it was funny because I remember growing up, my family, like, that was my thing. They knew if they were going to get me a toy or a shirt or something, it's like, oh, video games, and this and that. But the whole reason I'm making this video is to talk about my changing relationship with video games. And that's been really interesting to come into. Like I said, I'm 25. I got married at 19. And I feel like I know I'm still young. Like, I got married at 19, and I have a 7-month-old daughter. She's the best. My wife and kid are amazing. They're wonderful. And it's just interesting to be as young as I am, and I feel like something that I tied my identity to for such a long time, video games and like cartoons and stuff. I still like cartoons. I'm not saying I don't, but it is interesting to tie a huge portion of my identity to something and find out that I don't have the time to invest in that thing anymore. A huge portion of my life, of my identity, is no longer based on this thing that I grew up with and that I still feel I care very much about, but I can't interact with in the same way anymore. I have to go to work, and I want to spend time with my wife and my kid and help out there. I want to do other things that I see as having more value. I will always love video games. I was a big Mario person, a big Halo fan. Halo was like my apex. That Halo is everything for me. Master Chief is the best. I stinking love Halo. Halo 3, best game ever. Put hundreds of hours into that game probably. Halo Reach, hundreds of hours probably, and I love Halo. I'm a big Halo guy. And a few weeks ago, I sold my Xbox. And if you know me, for everybody who knows me, Zeus selling his Xbox is a really big deal, because that's what everybody knows me by. Is like, oh yeah, that's the guy who plays Xbox and likes Halo, and that's his thing. And it's funny because I've gotten together with family members before, and they'll bring up something about video games. Oh, did you see like thing about this game or that? And I'm just not as educated anymore as I used to be. I don't play as much as I used to. I sold my Xbox. I've had a GameCube recently that I gave away my GameCube, and I had some GameCube controllers for Smash Bros. I got rid of all my GameCube controllers. I gave the GameCube away. I had a Nintendo. I had a Game Boy. All this stuff, like all this video game things. I've had, like I said, I'm really grateful. I've had lots of consoles growing up as a kid, stuff that I've sold and then I've, reacquired. I've had I'll just name all the consoles that I've personally owned. We had a Nintendo 64 growing up. That was from my older brother. We had a GameCube when I was a kid. I remember playing the heck out of that, playing Luigi's Mansion with my sister and Tony Hawk. We had a regular Xbox. I think that was mostly for my brother, but I ended up using it more. We got an Xbox 360. I remember playing the heck out of that. Oh, my older brother and sister had Game Boy Colors. There was a green one and the purple one, which I ended up using. I got a Game Boy Advance when it came out. I remember getting a Game Boy Advance SP, had the blue one. And I also had a Nintendo DS. I had the black one. The DS Lite. I had the DS Lite, the black one. I got the Xbox One in 2014, and then I upgraded to the Xbox One S, I think in 2015 or 2016. And my cousin gave me his Wii. I think he gave it to me. I don't remember if I bought it from him or not, or my parents bought it for me, but I had my cousin's Wii. It was essentially mine after a while. And I think that's it. Now that I say them all out loud, that is a lot of video game consoles. And again, I'm very grateful. Like, it's so funny because I look back and it's like, we really didn't have a lot growing up. We didn't. Like, kind of a small house. But my parents made it happen. Mom and Dad, thank you for getting me those consoles, because a huge portion of who I am is playing all those games and getting sucked into those worlds and figuring out how games work, what video games are. Like, that is a huge portion of who I am, and it's always going to be. But I don't play that much anymore. I went from playing hours and hours every day to now, if I sit down and play, like, I can do an hour a day if I want to, but at that point it's like, that's not being very responsible of me. I found that my prime time for playing is after my wife and kid go to sleep. It's like, okay, I'll go to bed in a little bit and I'll stay up and play. If I do that, then I can get in like an hour or two. But even then, playing 2 hours of games a day, like, that's a lot, dude. For me now, that's a lot. When back in the day, it's like, 2 hours, nothing. You know, I could do that. 2 hours is nothing. But now, that is really hard to get 2 hours a day to play video games. And I love them, I do, but something I think we can all agree with growing up, for a lot of us, is that a lot of video games aren't what they used to be. And that's not to say that there aren't indie developers who are pouring their heart and soul into lots of different games, whether it's on PC or any console. Indie developers, you guys are wonderful, you're doing your thing. But for the most part, AAA gaming, I feel, has just taken so many steps down that there's no consistency with AAA gaming anymore. It's really hard to play something and it be memorable, to be an experience, to even for it to be quality. AAA gaming, this isn't what it used to be. And I mean, I can say that with Halo. Halo was always going to be my favorite franchise forever and ever, always. Master Chief Collection, that's it right there. But Halo isn't what it used to be. I got Halo Infinite when it came out, really excited. I remember, I think I left work early that day to go play Halo Infinite. And, you know, the campaign was fine. The multiplayer and, like, the physics of the game were amazing and better than, like, a lot of games. But it's like, is Halo Infinite. If you don't know about it, go look it up. It wasn't all it was cracked up to be. It was fine. It was fine. But it wasn't Halo. And it's just not the same. And that's fine. That's totally okay. Like, I mean, it sucks to see something so beautiful and as magnificent as Halo 3 and as Halo Reach, and then to just see the quality kind of go downhill from there. And it's just not the same. And then the Halo TV show, I don't even want to talk about that. That's terrible. Oh, and now that we have my daughter, it's like, when I was first married, like, yeah, I still had time to game. You know, I can make, like, we're young, dog. I could make it happen. I was working, but it's like, you can make it happen. We're both 19, dude. We had time to do whatever the heck we want. Now that we have Zelda, we can't do nothing. There's no time for anything. I love you, Zelda. I don't have the time anymore. I have to go to work. I'm in an apprenticeship program. I got homework to do. Now, because of such little time I have, because we have Zelda with us, I also want to savor any little moment to have with Ashley. And just kind of vice versa, you know, I want to spend time with my family. And I want to spend time with the other people around me, our friends that we love. I really want to spend my time investing into relationships. Something that kept me playing for a long time was those relationships that I had online. And you guys know, you see the memes where, like, hey man, we can play tomorrow night. Yeah, I'll log on tomorrow night. And it says last online 10 years ago, you know. And I'm realizing I'm going to be that person now, at least on Xbox. I have a Nintendo Switch. I still play that. Whenever I get a chance to play games, that's what I'm playing. Tears of the Kingdom, best game ever. Amazing. It's not the best game ever, but if you said it was, I'd be totally okay with that. Real quick, top 3 games, in no particular order. Halo 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Tears of the Kingdom. It was Breath of the Wild before that, but Tears of the Kingdom, come on, man. Come on, it's Tears of the Kingdom, dude. It's amazing. Yeah, what kept me online for a huge amount of time was those relationships I had online playing with friends. And life gets busy. You go to college, you go to work, stuff happens, you start families, and the times that you can get online and play things change. The games that you're interested in change, and you're playing different things. And for me, I realized I kind of became disconnected. Something that I found is a lot of the games that I buy now, I like to buy games that get other people involved. Games that take like no time to learn how to play them. Something I can just hand someone a controller and like, all right, dog, this is what we're going to be playing. Or Jackbox games. Jackbox games, like I have 2 party packs on the Switch and Drawful. But like Switch, perfect party console, got Mario Party on there, the Jackbox games. Snipper Clips, Overcooked, you know, the fun stuff, the party games. And I buy that now because, like I said, I want to invest more into my relationships now. That's what I really care about. I love video games and I love good storytelling. But what I'm realizing at this stage in life is like I really want to pour into relationships I have around me right now. I don't really have those online relationships like I used to back in the day. And I say online, but there were friends from high school. Love you guys. But my life stage has changed. My relationships have changed. Things are just different. I don't know what else to say about it. And I think it's really weird, like even selling the Xbox, like I feel fine. I feel okay. I love Halo and I love playing it every now and then, but like, you know, for a few minutes, like I want to play this mission, I want to play that one. And I was kind of the guy, like, I would definitely buy a console just to play Halo, dude. That's all I care about. I'll play other games too, but Halo. I have my Switch. I can play Zelda. I'm cool with that, dog. If Tears of the Kingdom was the only game I had on the Switch, I'd be fine. But I got the Switch when we were married. I don't even know if we were married for a year yet. I think it was the first few months we were married, I got the Switch. Well, we had 2 Switches because I won an OLED in a work raffle. So then I gave away the original Switch. Now we have the OLED Switch. But I'll always have the Switch, dog. That's like the new Game Boy. It's easy to take it with you. You can play for a little bit. You turn it off. You put it away. And then you can also play Zelda on it. So, I mean, what else am I going to say about it? I've probably mumbled and been less specific than I wanted to be in this video. But this is something I really want to talk about. And I think I want to upload more and just talk about things that are on my mind because it's really helpful for me. It helps me process things that are on my mind. And I really want to do more with this. I don't know. I'm a creative dude. I'm an artist. I want to make things. And I think I've gone too long without making things and putting them out into the world for people to see. And even if this is like a hot steaming pile of garbage, I think it's still really good for me. It helps me be creative and put that out. And that's just, as an artist, sometimes like you want to hold on to things and be like, no, it's not ready yet. No, it's not perfect. I can't let people see this because it's not good yet. But there's also times where it's like, man, I have to make something and put it out so people can see it, look at it. And then sometimes you put it out and you're like, no, don't look at it. It's actually trash. But anyways, I want to make something, dude. And like, I watch way too much YouTube. That takes up a lot of my time is using YouTube. And I just want to make something, man. I don't know. I think even if it's just me recording and talking about random junk, for me, that would be really good. Help me get out my creative wiggles or something. So my relationship with video games has changed, and that's really weird. It's really weird. I'm trying to take my health a little more seriously. I've been on and off with like exercising and whatnot for I think like the past like year or 2. I've been on and off, but I feel like now it's like, okay, I have the capacity to like make better decisions. I think I want to say I have more time. I don't have more time. I'm not working at the moment, but I think I just have more headspace right now to be more conscious about health decisions. And I'm excited about that. That's going to be cool. It's funny. Like I said, I grew up not being really athletic or coordinated, but my health has kind of only gotten better since I was a kid. Like right now, at 25, I'm probably the healthiest I've ever been. Well, maybe at like 20 years old, I was probably even healthier for a little bit. I was working at a dairy, and like all the labor, I was kind of, I was really lean and strong, and like I was a little smaller than I am now. I'm a small guy. Like I said, I'm 5'5", and I weigh 140. I think I was like 125 right then, but I was like super strong. Anyways, I'm like healthier than I've been all throughout childhood, and like after high school, like I lost some weight too, because all I did was play video games, dude. Like that's all I did was played video games. And it wasn't even that I played a lot of video games. It was just kind of playing the same games over and over. Like I had a lot of consoles, as you heard me say, but I don't think I had too many video games. Nah, I probably did, but I also did game share. But all I did was play video games. I don't do that anymore. I started playing guitar in 6th grade, and a huge portion of my life now is music as well. Like it was video games first, and then 6th grade I got a guitar, and then it was like, okay, I'm video games and guitar. That's what I do. I do music and I play video games. And now that I'm letting go of video games a little more, I even feel more inspired to make music, to practice, to play more. And like I write stuff and whatnot, but like I said, I feel like my headspace is just a little bit more clear. I have more like freedom. There's less congestion somehow, and I don't even know why. It's not like I was thinking about video games all day, but I have a little more RAM, if you will, dedicated wham. I don't think I have much more to say about any of this, but I don't know. Maybe if you guys have experienced something similar, share that in the comments or something. Like growing up with something that you think is your identity and then learning that you don't have that same relationship. It's like, I've been saying that over and over, but that's just kind of the biggest thing, and I need to talk about it. Things are a little different, and that's okay. They're all right. Zelda's gonna grow up, and when she gets older, stepping on the cable. When she gets older, she's gonna play video games one day, and I'm gonna get the great joy of getting to play with her, to teach her how to play video games, to show her Halo for the first time. She's gonna experience Halo and shoot the Master Chief. It's gonna be great. I can't wait to play video games with Zelda when she gets older. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for that, man. But she's 7 months old, so yeah, it'll be a little while. That'll go by fast. These past 7 months have gone by really quick. It's gonna be cool to teach her about music, teach her about video games, all that fun stuff. I think that's it. I think I'm done talking about this, but yeah, what games are you guys playing? What games are you guys playing? I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom. Whenever I get time now, I'll play, even if it's for a few minutes. I'll just load it up. That game's amazing, dude. Tears of the Kingdom is great. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Thank you, Audrey, for letting us use your room. That's where we're at. We're in Audrey's room. Thank you, Audrey. You're great. Thank you, Toad, for helping us out. Oh, there he goes. This is like a really cool camera angle. Got an app of a map. App. Got a map of the Avatar world. Airbender's rule. What element would you bend? This is like a way older video from like 4 years ago, but airbending is supreme. That's all I gotta say. Airbending is supreme. Thanks, Audrey. Thank you, everybody, for making this happen. And I hope that this comes out right. Thank you, Grimace, again, for making that clap noise so we can sync the audio. Thanks, guys. Bye.